What's up, YouTube? Siegfried Lane here with another Genshin Impact video. Today we're making a build video for our man Xiao the Demon Slayer. I'll see you guys in just a minute. What's up, everybody? Siegfried Lane, and we are doing a Xiao build guide today. Now, I have actually not seen this build yet, and I have found this build extremely strong and really enjoy it. So I wanted to go over it today. So let's first start with my Xiao. He's Constellation 0. If he comes back on his rerun, that's the next banner. I'm definitely going to be going for this first constellation. I think that'll be a good constellation to have. But anyways, Constellation 0, talents are all at 10. He's totally crowned. This is like one of my favorite characters. And funny enough, he's like serves Zhongli, so having him run with Zhongli is great. And anyways, so he's not, some crazy wailed out Zhongli. He's just, I'm talking Xiao. But let's go take a look at the weapon. We actually don't have his weapon, so we're running the Vortex Vanquisher. A lot of people talk about how bad these weapons are, but honestly, if you're running Zhongli, these weapons are really good because it's a double bonus. So even like it's 20% attack, pretty good actually. Actually, sorry, 40% attack because it doubles when shielded. So this is actually a really good spear if you run Zhongli. His Jade Spear would be better, but as you can see, we don't have it. I have gone for it, no luck. So the artifact set we are running is the Shimenawa's 4-piece set. Now the reason I'm running this set is when I look at the tier list and the build guides, they give two different builds. Either 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Gladiator, or 4-piece Gladiator. Now if you look at the 4-piece Gladiator build, you get normal attack increased by 35% on Xiao. Which sounds good until you realize it only buffs his normal damage. So this is not going to buff his ultimate at all. You need 2-piece to buff his ultimate. However, if you run this, that 15% is only effective when you're in his ultimate. Either way, it's not 100% uptime, if that makes sense. However, let's take a look at the Shimenawa set. If we look at the Shimenawa set, you get the 18% attack that you would on a Gladiator piece, but then you get their 4th piece, which is whenever you cast an elemental skill and you have 15 or more energy, you lose 15 energy and your normal charge and plunge attack is increased by 50%. Since Xiao's ultimate scales off his normal damage buffs, this actually increases not only his base damage by 50% outside of ultimate, but when he's in his ultimate, he gains 50% of damage. So I've actually found this to be more powerful than the 15% Anemo bonus because, again, it's 50% all around. So this is the set that I run. Now, this feather really kind of sucks, as you can see, with that high defense scaling. So I'm hoping to get a better feather, So eventually, hopefully, we'll replace the feather. The flower is actually really good. The stats that you do want for this build is crit damage, crit rate, and energy recharge. And then that 4th stat, you really want to be attack of some type. But you definitely want to try to get crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge, and then as much as possible. So this piece is really good. This piece is mediocre. If we get another with crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge, and that crit damage rolls well, great. This piece is it's good. We got attack, we got the attack, the crit damage, and the energy recharge. We are missing the crit rate, but that crit rate will be made up when we get the Jade Spear, so we'll be fine. This piece could roll better, but that attack is really nice. So given having that 19.8% attack does make it a pretty good piece. And then this piece right here is actually, it's okay. We got that nice high energy recharge, we got the crit rate. If that HP had been attack, or we had a double attack, this would be a god tier piece. So those are the stats that we run. And as you can see, his overall stats are 35% crit rate and then the 172% crit damage. Again, if we have that Jade Spear, that crit rate's going to easily hit 50%, no problem. Energy recharge, ideally, I would like this to hit 150%. And then, of course, we got that extra shield strength due to the spear. He's got the CD reduction by 5%, that doesn't matter. And 46.6% anemo damage. Now, the big thing about him is in order to get the buff and the ultimate, you're going to need to do the double E. So in short, when I switch to him, I'm going to do a double E, and then within 2 seconds, I'll have the energy I just used back, allowing me to immediately go back into my ultimate. And I should be able to get off, because his ultimate lasts, I think, 15 seconds, right? Is it 15 seconds? Yeah, I'll be able to keep that with Raiden on the team, because Raiden actually... This is a good build for Raiden, by the way, because this allows Raiden to support him with her energy she gives. He should actually be able to get off a good amount of damage and keep that buff up about 75% of the time, which honestly is better than what we see with the other two builds. Because with the Anemo set build, you're not getting that 15% 75% of the time, and with the 35% build, you're not getting that 75% of the time. So let's go ahead and eat some crit food to make up for our lack of crit. Pop a shield. And get on down. Now we're going to start, of course, by using Raiden's E. And Akaza has E, ultimate E. Do a double E on Zhongli. 2 shields. Back to Zhongli. And dives. So you see that 50k? A non-crit is around 19k, and it can crit up to 50k. There's a 44. It's kind of hard to see the numbers. Okay, switch back around, reset all the buffs. And now that we don't have it, it's fine, because we're still getting that buff, you see. We're still getting the attack damage buff right now. So while we're in this state, we're still getting that attack damage buff, which is great. Okay, popped you. Reset you. It's a really good build. Like, I find it really good. As long as you're using his E off cooldown, you are going to be able to keep that buff up indefinitely. Now, one thing I do want to point out that is very important is that his E is actually on a 10-second cooldown, okay? And if you look at this artifact, it has a 10-second cooldown. Personally, I think that this was built for him. That plunge attack being put there, only one person uses plunging attack, and that's going to be Xiao. So that plunging attack with the 50% increase for 10 seconds matching his actual E cooldown, I think this set is actually built for him. I've seen up to 55k on the plunging attack. And again, that's not without best in slot gear. I mean, like, I could still get much better items. And I've seen, but it crits between 45 to 55k. Again, this is a good team. If you're going to run Xiao and you want to run Raiden because you like those characters, I mean, it's probably not, again, it's not going to be the best team with Raiden. The best team with Raiden is probably going to be Bennett, which I'm not going to use. Eula, which I would use. Razor and, sorry, not Razor, Raiden and Sarah. Okay, that's probably her best team. But let's just say you don't like Bennett, like I don't like Bennett, and you don't have Eula. This, I think, is a really good team because, honestly, like, you're going to be getting good enough, and like, some pretty good energy, as he's at his energy is 70, he's a 70, and then you have a 60 and a 40. And with how fast Xiao's builds up, you probably could ideally go double Xiao, with Kazuha, double Kazuha ultimate right after Xiao's ultimate finishes, and you'll be pretty close to enough ultimate, especially if you have one constellation on her, which I wish I had, to pretty much after Xiao's burst go into Raiden's burst, and then straight back to Xiao because his CDs are reset. Anyways, guys, I think it's a good build. If you're looking for a good build for Xiao, I suggest giving it a try. It works really well with Raiden, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be a video talking about the Abyss. With that said, Siegfried Trelane, signing out.